cost of living, you can still get a good standard room for £400 and yearly bills of £250. Yes, in the UK. And that is the update of today's video. With the high cost of living, so many things have changed, and as international students or generally someone living in the UK, you want to live where you have peace of mind about your bills and your rent, because that's the most thing that's taking a larger part of the money. So now you need cities that you would live in and have rest of mind about your rent. Stay in this video. Just sit down, grab your popcorn and watch to the end. I'm going to be listing 6 cities that are the cheapest presently in the UK according to my own research. And if you have any other one that you think is more cheaper, you can kindly drop it in the comment section. We would also learn from you. And also, if you want us to discuss about any updates, kindly drop it in the comment section. I'm going to check it and give my own updates about it. Yeah, in this YouTube channel, you learn, relearn, and unlearn. This is Ruby of Ruby's Updates, the bearer of all good news. And in this particular video, I'm going to be telling you 6 different cities that are the cheapest presently in the UK for you to live and enjoy life. We know the cost of living is high, but then we can always make it well and also save money, because the goal is to save money, to have more, to be able to use your money whenever you want it, not making money and using everything to live in UK. So let's go. Whether you're already residing in the UK or you're an international student coming into the UK, these cities will help you save more money. I'm telling you, these cities will help you have peace of mind about your bills, because you have constant bills. And this city is going to make you enjoy life being in the UK, honestly. And you can also make your own research, as I've said earlier. Let's go straight to the reason why we think these cities are the cheapest in the UK. First, travel expenses. What's the cost of traveling in and out of the city or within the city? You have to check that one. Second is your rent. Is it a shared apartment? Is it a standard one room? Is it a double bed? Is it a duplex? Is it a semi-shared apartment? You have to check according to your family. I have a family of 3. Is this going to be able to sustain us? And what rent am I looking at? You have to check that. And another thing is your utilities. Your rent. After your rent, your utilities has to come, because you have to pay the water bills, electricity bills, gas bills, and internet, and all of that. So you have to consider that and factor those into your earnings. Am I going to be able to do all these utility bills and not scratch every month? And how much is it going to amount to yearly? Can I sustain paying them? Then another thing is your work and salary. Is there work in that city? Am I going to get a work that would sustain my life and my family, and also I'll be able to have enough to save? You have to check that. Then another thing is your groceries. That's eating. Are the grocery stores in that city affordable? Is it something I can always get what I want to eat? If you're an African, you might be wanting to say, do they have African stores around me where I can get what I would like to eat? And if you're any country at all, you want to check if they have groceries that you can eat and they are very, very affordable. Then another thing is eating out. If you want to eat out, dine out, explore the country, explore the city, is it that has cultural heritage where I can at least go out and do some excursion, do some fun fair or something? Do they have fun? Because definitely we need fun, we need to catch fun, we need to go out more. But then you need to check how much is it going to cost me in this city if I want to go out, if I want to be able to dine out, to eat out with friends, go out, hang out. Am I not going to be so inside the house being bored? Because if it's going to cost me a hand and a leg to be able to go out and have fun, I'd rather stay inside and maybe watch TV. So you have to consider those factors. First is your rent. Second, your travel expenses. Third is your utilities. And fourth, your work and salary. How much is my salary? How much is going to be my take home after tax? Then your groceries and eating out and exploring the city. You have to consider all these things before you will be able to say, okay, this city is what I want to stay in. This city is what I want to live in with my family. So let's go to the first city I have on the list here. I'm going to be telling you according to my own list. Please do your research. First is Cardiff. It's significantly lower budgets. Like, it's lower budget friendly because the transportation, the cost of living, the food and dining, student life. You have to consider that. If you're a student, you have to consider the student life there. Averagely, you can get a rent of £680 for a complete bed, a room, and living space, and then shared apartment for like £500 for students, where you can share a toilet or share kitchen with your other flatmates or other roommates. So you can always get a rent as low as £400 to £500 for shared apartments or for a single bed for students, or you get a room like a standard house for £680, and you can get the water bills, electricity and heating for as low as £50 in a month. And as a student, you're not paying council tax. But if you're not a student, if you're a resident, you definitely pay council tax, and that depends on the band of the house and the area where you're living. So you'll be expecting a council tax of like £120 or £130 if you're not a student. And another thing is your transport in and out of the city or in the city. In the city, you have to be very, very aware that some cities have cards that you could do traveling in the city anywhere at all in a month, and they have it as low as £80. And for students, you can get as low as £70. So you have to check that if the city has a card for transportation that could take you in the city, within the city, you should get that. It will save you a lot of money. But outside the city, you might have to get a rail card. If you're going to be using train in and out of the city, you can get a rail card, which will cost you some amount of money, but would really, really ease your stress about traveling in and out of the city using the train, because you'll be using little amount of money to buy train tickets. And another one is overall cost of living. What's the food rate, right? What's eating out like? What's dining out like? You have to check that. And then your average house price. If you are going to leave it there for a long time and you want to buy a house, for areas like Cardiff, you can get a house of like a full, maybe detached or semi-detached house for maybe £200,000. Is that not nice? Yeah, so you have to consider a long-term living in that place. If you want to if you want to move to a place and you're going to get a job in that place and you want sustainability, you have to check for, okay, in the future, if I decide to buy a house, how much is the cost of house likely to be? So for areas like Cardiff, you should be expecting like £200,000 and above for a complete house. So that's all about Cardiff. So if you want Cardiff, you can always check maybe all those websites that give houses in Cardiff, rents, anything at all. Just go on their websites and you will see different houses and their prices. And you can also make your research about the cost of living generally in Cardiff. Then the second one I'm going to be talking about here is Durham. Durham, the rent here you're expecting to pay maybe £680. Yes, and out of the city, you might be able to pay, you might be thinking maybe £600 likely for a house. So for your rent and your utilities, definitely in a year you can use up to the £300. I will tell you utility. I've said it before in a video before, so you can go down to check it. For your utility, you can get utility service providers that are cheaper than you think. Just do your survey. You're going to get several utility providers. When you move to any new place, try and compare prices with 2 or 3 service providers and pick the one that's cheaper and gives you the same value. Then the bus, that's the transportation. Are you using the bus? Are you using tram? Are you using train? For Durham, you can also get a bus ticket or bus card that would go for a month in the city for as low as £70 to £80, same as Cardiff. And also your walk, you can get a walk with the like the cheapest, or and then walk. Is there work in Durham? Yes, there is, with the lowest salary of like £27,000. That's the average wage rate. So you're going to get a job that gives that salary yearly. So definitely, if you can work with that salary yearly, like the minimum of that earning yearly, you can live in Durham and have a good life. So, and then let's move over to Luton. Luton is close to London. So if you're looking for that London feeling, but in the cheaper way, try Luton. But I will tell you that Luton is still more expensive than Doha and Cardiff. So for Luton, you can still get a standard room for like £800, unlike London, where you'll be getting for like £1,200. So please, if you want a London kind of living, but in a very affordable way, try Luton. Another one is Glasgow, and Glasgow is in Scotland. We all know that they said Scotland is quite cheaper than England. So do your research, but then Scotland is way cheaper than England. If you know, you know it. Let's move over to the next one. The next one I have here on my list is Sheffield. Yeah, Sheffield is a bit on the lower side, and it has budget friendly transportation. It has good cost of living at low cost of living. Easy student life. There's a University of Sheffield and I think other two universities in Sheffield. So it's student friendly area. They have houses, they have utilities to help you live well as a student, and you can easily access the town, the city, and also access libraries and so many other amenities that are available in the city. So you can try Sheffield if you're looking for an affordable place to live in the UK as a family or as a student. Another one I have here is Leicester, and Leicester is also student friendly. It is budget friendly. It has easy transportation in and out of the city. So if you're living in Leicester, you're working in like Nottingham, or you're working in Manchester, you can easily access them through train. And it has good work salary. And definitely the average house price there is like £300,000 for long-term living. And I have next year is Bournemouth. Bournemouth presently is the most affordable city in the UK according to the NatWest Student Living Index 2025. It got that award as the most affordable city in the UK for students. So if you're a student and you apply to study in the University of Bournemouth, or you live not so close to school and you want to move to school, trust me, just go ahead and do it. Or you have family living there or anything at all, Bournemouth is presently the most affordable city in the UK for students. So you might want to try the University of Bournemouth for admission if you're coming into the UK in 2025 as an international student. You can try it. If you get admitted, that's good. That means you're living in a very affordable city, so you have more money to save and you're able to go to school and do all that you need to do. And I'll tell you the tips about Bournemouth. They have affordable housing, beautiful interior and exterior. The atmosphere is welcoming. They have unique charm, and you can save more money because you're not going to spend it much into you living in the city. So I would say that Bournemouth have good transport link to London. So if you're someone that likes going to London very well, they have good transport link. You don't have to worry. Just take the train, and before you know it, you are in London. So these cities will give you that life you want, and you also be able to save more money. I've mentioned Cardiff, I've mentioned Glasgow, I've mentioned Sheffield, I've mentioned Leicester, I've mentioned Bournemouth, I've mentioned Durham. So you see, these are cities that you would live, and they have affordable cost of living. They have beautiful interior, exterior, beautiful sites. You can go for excursion, you can enjoy yourself. They have good amenities. They have welcoming people around there. They have unique charm, and you can save more money. And then you can also get to stay there like on a long term, because their average housing prices are quite affordable than other cities, and they have good grocery stores around you. You're going to get everything you need, and the overall cost of living is relatively okay and affordable. So you can try these cities if you're trying to come to the UK in 2025, or you're in the UK and you want to move to another city because of cost of living. Try these cities that I mentioned. And if you have any other one, do it to help us drop it in the comment section so that everyone can also learn from you. Thank you for watching this video. Remember to kindly subscribe, because there are more updates where this came from. So just click on the subscribe button. I promise you, you're not going to regret it. Thank you for watching. Have a good life. Bye.